Meet Ben. Ben has a custom-built shotgun that he claims is the ultimate upland hunting shotgun. But I also have a custom-built shotgun that I think is the ultimate upland hunting shotgun. Two shotguns, but only one can be the ultimate. So I met up with Ben to hunt grouse and woodcock in the Northwoods to find out who truly has the ultimate upland hunting shotgun. Are you ready? Let's go! Well, before we get hot and heavy in the action, let me just break down what I chose on this gun and why. I went with a straight English stock. The whole idea behind this gun was to have a grouse gun that was very traditional in a lot of senses. So straight English stock, double triggers that are canted for a right-handed shooter, splintered forend, of course. I went with the wood buttstock. I wanted something that looked classy, but also wasn't gonna catch on you as you brought it up. I went with fine checkering, scroll engraving, color case, did some upgrades with the top lever. I don't remember what the options were at this point. That supposedly says SZG, which are my initials in silver.
I am an over-under guy, so I have grade 4 Turkish walnut here. I also have, same as Steve, the wood butt plate. Fine checkering as well. I went with the case colors. So on this one, on this 28 gauge, it does have ejectors. On the bottom here, I've got the king of game birds, the rough grouse engraved on the bottom with some scroll engraving. 30-inch barrels on it really provides good balance to this gun. Single trigger on this one, interchangeable choke tubes as well with the ivory bead.
Viewers, if you had to choose one, you going with this side-by-side, more of that traditional look, or are you going with Ben's gun? Which one do you like better? Put it down in the comments below, and let's go. There's nothing like an autumn trek in the Northwoods. From the beautiful, brilliant colors of the turning leaves that pop in contrast with the greens of the conifers, to the crisp smells of fall. Walking the woods is truly a treat in itself. But when you add to the experience bird dogs working and a shotgun in hand as you pursue ruffed grouse and woodcock, it's truly a magical experience. Recently, we had a custom side-by-side 28 gauge shotgun built by Upland Gun Company. And although we had reviewed the shotgun, there is no better test to see what the gun is all about than using it in the field. So we headed north to Grand Rapids, Minnesota for the 42nd annual National Grouse and Woodcock Hunt to put this shotgun to the test. This national hunt is an annual event put on by Rough Grouse Society and the American Woodcock Society. And we were invited to join by OnX, a major supporter of RGS, AWS, as well as Target Focus Life. We would be hunting with Ben Bredigen from OnX, who also has a custom Upland Gun Company shotgun. And we thought it'd be fun to see who had built the ultimate upland hunting gun.
There's nothing more classic in the grouse woods than a side-by-side, especially in the Lord's gauge. I truly believe the 28 gauge
is the Lord's gauge.
If he was here grouse hunting, he would have a 28 gauge.
We're not gonna shoot any birds sitting here talking. Let's go.
All right, find him this way. Hey, this way.
You know, one thing that they'll never pick up on video is the smell. When you get in the Northwoods in the fall and things are crisp and just, it's got a great smell to it. Nice. Did you see how quick he did that? He's just walking, poof. I'd say he's done this a time or two. First grouse of the day.
Heck yeah.
Look at that.
So it is a female.
This is a mature bird because it has molted these primaries. So in a young bird, this feather would be as long as the rest.
They're pretty sensitive. Too much moisture is a bad thing. Too little moisture.
There's about 2 weeks in June, like the first end of May, early June, that makes or breaks it. And this year it's like you talk about a monumental monsoon, like worst possible timing for rain.
You were pulling the trigger before I got my gun to the shoulder. Like you were all relaxed, just walking and just like, I think there was one flutter and you're wow up there shooting. That was awesome.
That's grouse hunting.
Now this year, northern Minnesota saw an abundance of rain early in the spring and summer, but it had not gotten any substantial moisture in quite some time and was fairly dry when we were hunting. Knowing the birds need water and moist soil, finding water was key.
Oh, we got a point. What you got? There it goes. Whoa! You talk about classic. Of course there were birds here. Look at this. Water, like, yeah, this is really grousey looking stuff right here.
So I see you're marking the spot where we just flushed a grouse. That was one of the questions I had for you. When it comes to grouse hunting, what are some of the, like, what's one of the big ways you use onX to help you be more successful in the field?
So there are really two ways. In the field and then scouting.
Yep.
I am on onX all the time, looking for new covers. You know, you come to a new area, and got it down to a bit of a program now, but we've got some great layers that are tailored for grouse hunting, specifically in Minnesota.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we've got the Minnesota Forest Disturbance Layer, which is going to give you all the timber cuts from the last 20 years. So we really, you know, a lot of the times you're keying on certain age classes. Like this is just a great prime cover. You've got mixed pines, aspens. You see a lot of like hazelbrush. Oh, but we can save talking because I'm doggone point. What you got, Amos? What you got? Take this bottom. I'll come around. We'll go right at him. I'm gonna stay out to the right a little bit. Oh, there it goes. Got him. Nice shot, Steve. Whoa. Good find, Amos.
I'm glad you could see me hit the bird because I literally could not see it. I just knew where it flew.
I saw it. I mean, it definitely got shot.
First woodcock of the day. You got the first grouse, I got the first woodcock.
Things are looking up.
Mine was a much harder shot though. I mean, not
Yeah, it was very impressive. You are just an impressive human being.
I saw it flush and I just moved on it, but when I was pulling the trigger, could not see the bird because it was through too much crap.
That might be a female. It's like you get that really, it's like a spatula shaped primary there.
I now had a woodcock in the bag and I was stoked about it. But now the question was, can I get a grouse?
My feet are wet. I think it's been like 45 days since the last rainfall up here, so moisture for finding birds, whether it's grouse or woodcock, super important right now. We're going this way, find them.
We've moved 8 birds, some woodcock, some grouse. Yep. Ben's the only one to shoot so far. They're tough. They get up and you have but a split second to even see what it is.
If you think, you're too late. Yeah. If you move 10, you may get a shot at 5. Of that 5, you might hit half of that. Yeah. If you're lucky, that's a good day.
Finding birds is only a small part of the challenge. Often you will flush a bird that you hear but never see. Other times, you will flush birds but only see a glimpse of them as they quickly fly through the trees.
We're back from our first little walk. It was quite successful in the sense of moving birds. I only shot twice. I shot at 2 different woodcocks. Got the one. The other one was a little bit of on a wing and a prayer, but I've not been able to pull the trigger on any grouse yet. But that's grouse hunting. It's one thing to flush a bird, move birds, another thing to actually get a shot. So it's been a great morning so far. We're just getting started. This is how you take a brand new shotgun, give it some character. Nice.
I think I got him. Old timber doodle. Heck yeah. That was interesting though. That bird did not hold. I mean, the woodcock generally hold pretty tight. That's the second one, or actually a couple today, that they probably flushed 20 yards off of me walking in, so. But he's in the bag.
I saw a flash and it caught my eye, but you were shooting already. I wouldn't have been able to shoot it.
I was like, I can't believe it. Like I said, it jumped probably 20 yards in front of me, and I can't believe I hit it, honestly. Yeah. That was like I'm just gonna send you with a parting gift, so.
Well, he did his job, you did your job, and I'm here for moral support.
Sometimes you see the bird, but can't swing because of the thick cover, which happened to me on this hunt. But this is a part of what makes the hunt so fun. Reactions must be quick and instinctive.
Let's try to find another one.
Yeah.
So when you come across a drumming log like this in the woods, there should be a male ruffed grouse nearby. I believe they only run about a 3-acre or so territory where they spend most of their time within that. And I think it's generally there can be about 2 hens in that area as well. They're fiercely territorial. If you find a drumming log, there should be a male nearby.
See it in the tree?
Got him. Nice.
Where is he, pretty boy?
They disappear pretty well. Obviously, it's great to get birds in the bag, but just to get out with great dogs, with great people, great company, I mean, that's a big part of it. The fun's just beginning. How would you, if you're just an average guy, how would you use OnX to be more successful in the grouse woods?
In the grouse woods, yeah. The layers are going to be your best friend with this. We're hunting Minnesota, so if you go down, we've got forest disturbance. So forest disturbance is essentially showing you all the timber cuts, whether it's on state, county. Also, if you are hunting near federal land, you can go on the trees, crops, and soil layer. You can click and turn on timber cuts. That's going to give you all your timber cuts on federal land.
And why is that important when we're talking grouse hunting or woodcock?
So grouse need early successional habitat, meaning whether it's fire, whether it's, in this case, man-made logging, essentially they need that higher stem density, and cuts happen to fit
Not the
bill.
old canopies, mature forests.
So you're looking anywhere for grouse, really depends on the area too, but about 5 to 15 years old.
Okay.
Around like 8 years is pretty prime. So we have also another one that is young aspen forest. You turn that on and you look on the map, it is going to show you all of the aspen that is between 5 to 15 years old.
Oh, wow.
Across the country, doesn't matter land ownership. So, okay, in this case, super dry, right? So what we do is we turn on those and I'd look for timber cuts adjacent to water or with the aspens that are adjacent to swamps, lakes, streams.
So before you go out and hit an area, you don't just start walking around, then use OnX.
No, gosh,
You're pre-scouting with it.
In the field, I use it for navigation. I probably spend, hours and hours and hours finding new spots. So like
Do you prefer to do it on your cell phone or on the desktop?
desktop. If
Yeah.
I'm scouting, I am using the desktop.
One feature I love, and I don't know how big it is here out west, it's huge, but just being able to download the maps, and you can do that with all these layers, correct?
Correct, yeah. Just what we tell people is make the map look like what you want it to look like when you're offline. And then you can save a map, I like to save a big area around where I'm hunting, just so, you never know where it's gonna lead you, right? All of a sudden you find a cover over here, it's not downloaded. And like even here, like we do have cell service, but we call it's edge of service, so it's not great. So
Yeah, pretty spotty.
I save it and I know I have it. So no, it's a super powerful tool. And then in the field, tracking, you can see where you went, you put waypoints where you move birds. Then when you go back and, next season or this summer, analyze it, right? Why were there birds here? And then you can take that success and replicate it across different covers. You want to know my new favorite feature on it?
Yeah, of course.
So a lot of people know about compass mode, so compass mode, if you tap on the crosshairs, it's going to go from a north up to a course up. So whatever way you're facing, you do this. But I use this feature all the time. It's relatively new. It is the Rangefinder tool. So right now, whatever way I'm facing, I can see how far, all right, let's just say I live here. I want to walk home. How far is it? I can go and say, all right, we need to walk 1,295 yards that way.
Oh, wow.
Use it all the time for, okay, how far is it to this swamp? How far is it back to the truck? How far is it to this area, right? And it's just a quick and easy way that you can measure distance.
Well, cool, Ben. I appreciate you sharing a few features that grouse hunters can use.
Sure.
I use OnX quite a bit, but I know I barely scratch the surface of what's possible. Yeah. And so I need to hang out with you a little bit more and just dive in, because grouse hunting can be intimidating, right? Just like, oh, I don't know, just find some woods and walk around. But knowing what you should be looking for, and you shared a little bit of that, but then having a resource you can go to narrow down your areas, pick spots that you think you'll probably have some success. And, worst case scenario, you have a beautiful walk in the woods.
Right here, Steve. See it? Get ready. Dang it. Wow. That was bad. Good job, Fred. All right, we're gonna go get that one. Just keep pushing. It's gotta be right in here somewhere. I don't think I hit him. I cut down a tree though.
Got him.
Did I?
Yeah.
Hey. It had to be like right in here.
Yeah,
right?
this would have been the area.
Come here, get a drink, come here. There you go, he's got it. It's right here. Good boy, Fred. Come here. Good boy. The king. Good boy, Fred. Not really great, but.
Nice.
Ben had already shot a grouse, but now it was my turn. I wouldn't let him shoot faster than me again. Unfortunately, opportunities to get a shot off were sparse.
Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Hasta luego.
He gone.
He gone. Come on, Fred.
Get out in a hurry. Jump, little guy, jump.
There he goes, up.
I can't.
You get him? Heck yeah.
I wanted him to get up a little bit, not shoot right low, but as he turned, I was hitting brush. Hitting the aspens. Nice shot. I was saving it for you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Charlie, however, doesn't look like she wants to save it for you.
Nice woodcock. We got one. Put one in the bag. Very good.
After getting to shoot just a couple of times at less than ideal opportunities, time was running short on our hunt. I was still holding on to faith, and we did get into some good habitat. It was now or never.
I like this topography. Actually, I like that. Let's go walk over here quick.
Although Ben wasn't far away, I could not see him. But then I heard him take a shot. I scanned the area and saw a grouse coming high and towards us. This was it. On my first shot, nothing. So I continued to follow it, going into a sort of limbo style shot. Nothing. The grouse flew away. It happened so fast. And now I was left wondering, how did I miss that first shot? And why is there half of a small tree on top of me?
A grouse flew over the top that Ben shot at. I went to shoot at it, and I limbed this tree out and caught the branch on the way down, but did not hit the grouse. I thought I could get that. I was starting to go into like a limbo like that. That was adventurous. I know which one of these guns is the ultimate grouse machine. It's whichever one of these guns is in your hands at the current moment. Because it seemed like everything we got on, you were at the right place at the right time. Not only that, might be your bird nose. You just, you've been in the woods a little more than me. But I think it's also, you just came into this like you were ready to move on sound. You were just queued up, and it took me a little while to be like, I gotta be ready. And but I've had a ton of fun. What's your thoughts? Hunting with both these guns. Obviously, this is yours.
Yeah.
You're very familiar with it. What did you experience when you were carrying this one around?
The biggest thing, and this is not anything new, but it's the sight picture, right?
Yeah.
That is hands down the biggest difference. In terms of the other, I mean, the rest of it is just aesthetics, right? It's just that little bit of a feel difference, especially on your forearm.
Yeah, because you're grabbing metal here,
Yep.
right? You're just not used to that feel. And straight English stock, that give you any issues? Did you like it, not like it?
Didn't give me any issues. And the other thing is I expected to, first couple times I pulled the trigger, I expected to have issues with the double trigger, which I love, by the way. No problem, but I can guarantee if you are not a double trigger person and you switch to a double trigger, there's a little bit of a learning curve for sure.
Absolutely, yep. If your brain says, pull the trigger, now pull it again, and you never slid back, yep, that's gonna give you some issues. I was a little surprised my gun was heavier than yours. We figured out why that was. Primarily because I got a 20 gauge barrel set, right? So we have more metal on the barrel. It's a 20 gauge frame.
Exactly.
Got a little more wood. I got a little longer length of pull, but we're talking 4 ounces. You're at about 5 pounds, 14 ounces on that gun. What was I at 6'2"?
Yep, exactly.
So I think that's a big thing that people need to realize if you're looking at a grouse gun. Light is good. Like, it's not gonna be a target gun. You're not gonna shoot thousands of rounds through it in a weekend. You gotta carry these things a long ways.
Yeah, and it's you know, for me, it's not so much you're not swinging. If you're swinging birds, you're hitting trees with your barrel. It's more inserting your gun and pulling the trigger as fast as possible. So the other thing though is I found I do not like an ultralight gun. Like right around that 6 pounds, I think is a very sweet spot.
Do you find just more on the mount and the move with it? It's just whippier, or
Yep.
what don't you like about the lightness?
It's a little whippier. A big thing I think with sub gauges, especially 28s, 410s, to use barrel length to even out that feel.
Yeah.
A lot of people think smaller gauge, shorter barrel, right? You see a lot of 20 gauges with 26-inch barrels, which I don't like. I go longer. I think this is a 30-inch barrel on this gun.
Upland Gun Company does a pretty good job of working with you, trying to come up with a gun that's gonna have a good balance to it, feel good in the hands. One thing I notice about both our guns, they're slender in the grips. And you hold your gun a lot of different ways when you're out there, whether you're holding it like this, or it's broke open and at your hip or over your shoulder. You're constantly kind of moving it, at least I am, just
Yes.
you do one thing for long enough, you get real uncomfortable. I really enjoyed your gun. You have a Prince of Wales grip, and that just feels very natural for me to have my hand on and carry it. Yours carried a little bit easier, I think, than mine did. I like the Schnabel forend too, but that's what I'm used to. Honestly,
Yeah.
This is not what I'm used to. This is different than all my other guns, but I wanted to go very much traditional on this one. But I think as far as killing birds, both of them can do it.
They both work.
And if you're looking for a grouse gun, I would highly recommend checking out Upland Gun Company. They make solid guns at a reasonable price that are totally custom tailored, right? Not only the stock dimensions, barrel lengths, type of rib, butt plates, triggers, engraving, finish, all these details, you can make it a gun that is kind of one of a kind.
And again, very affordable. That is a big thing. I mean, granted, it is still an investment, but in comparison to a lot of other manufacturers, it's a great investment. And the cool thing is, we were just looking at photos of different pieces of wood that you can choose.
I love the look of his stock. I like mine. This is grade 4, it's supposed to be. Yours was a grade 4. Anyone that is not into grouse hunting, that is still watching this video, if you get a chance to get out, walk the woods, work with dogs, and just enjoy a beautiful fall day in God's country up here in northern Minnesota, it's well worth it. Shooting birds is a bonus.
100%.
Well, with that, it's been a couple great days up here at the Rough Grouse Society National Hunt, and I've learned a lot, and you've taught me so much, Master Ben. Either way you go, side by side, more traditional, over under, make it your own, and get out and do some hunting. Thanks for having me, Ben. Thanks for showing me around and working your dog so amazingly. That was a treat in itself.
I'm glad you can make it up and we can play in the woods together.
Whether you're in the field or in life, you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on. So live
Target focused.
See ya!